Hey, there's that guy. There's Brendan.
I'm right here again.
You're right there
Same
again in the
spot.
same spot we left you
Yep.
last week. Yeah.
Ma, the meatloaf. I never know what she's doing back there.
Well, welcome, Brendan. Welcome to another episode of Good Lies Golf.
Thanks for having me again, man.
Hey, man.
Appreciate it.
Well, welcome our listeners, not welcome you specifically, but yes,
Oh,
also
right.
you. Yeah, welcome.
Fair.
So,
Cool.
welcome, guys.
Cool.
Appreciate the bunch of dozens of you that love this podcast and listen every week. We appreciate you. And hopefully it will become thousands and tens of millions one day. I think we were going to say billions in the Dr. Evil voice for some reason.
I was feeling it, but I didn't go there.
Yeah, you did. But that's what you were going to do. I
don't know why I hesitated, but yeah.
Telepathically, I knew that's what was going down.
I think what happened was I kind of pussed out a little bit, like I really wanted to do it. And then as I started to play it out in my head, I was just like, I'm not going to do it justice. I'm going to sound awful. And I'm so bad with like accents and shit. It probably would have came out like oddly.
Put another shrimp on a barbie.
Yeah. It would have been like Australian or some shit. Yeah. Definitely glad I didn't do it.
Nice flag in the background, man. I see you got a new addition. You got the Barbasol flag that he stole
Barbie, bro.
from the 18 flag.
Man, they handed that out because I won.
Yeah.
I beat Vincent Norman in a 3-man playoff.
So. You did actually. I think you did, or any fan could have with the way that they were playing that playoff. So
100%. Hey, he could be a sleeper for this week too. He's been playing pretty well.
All right, you heard it here first. Brendan sleeper, Vincent Norman.
I mean, he won the Barbie, got his end to the Open, finished 25th, and not too bad. Ooh, what do we got here?
I have a little Talkhouse Encore here. It's basically
Encore.
takes High Noon and puts it in the garbage because it's so much better. It's actual alcohol with actual fruit juice in a can, already mixed and made, and you can basically just sip them to your leisure.
No shit.
Solid golf course choice, let me tell you.
Dude, that's wild.
Yeah. Yep. Talkhouse has 5 flavors now, dude. 5 flavors. They got vodka soda cranberry, vodka soda lime. They got tequila soda grapefruit, and they got tequila soda blood orange. And now the new just came out last week, the vodka mule with like the ginger flavor.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, you're going to be drinking them next week when you're out here, buddy, because we're going to go there and we're going to get you one fresh from the bar.
By the way, that snuck up on me real quick. Because I honestly, I knew it was coming. I've been like telling people, yeah, dude, I'm going to visit Sherman, the Hamptons in August, as if it's like, in my mind, it's months out. Took a look at my count. Yeah. Jesus Christ, that snuck up real quick.
But your wife's like, did you pack that thing? Did you order that thing for that? And you're like, yeah. Fuck, what was that thing?
Speaking of which, man, I think we're going to be needing some clubs up there. If anyone's willing to, hand some out for me, rental this week or that week.
Oh yeah, you're not going to bring any clubs on the airplane. So yeah, we got righty clubs for you, no worries. And honestly, all the pro shops actually have good clubs. They're not like shitty.
Oh yeah. You know what my favorite thing about renting clubs typically is? They're like doubly expensive. More expensive than the fucking round itself, dude. It's unreal.
Oh, usually, yeah. No, here it's not too bad. I think it's like $30.
Hell yeah, dude. $20. Down. Let's go.
Something like that. But like I said, there's only a few courses. We're going to Montauk and we're playing the Downs, which is one of the nicest public courses in the country. Well, in the state rated, but in the country, in my opinion. Then you got, because I played every course in the country, obviously. And then
yeah, dude.
I wonder if somebody's actually done that.
You go from port to port.
But yeah, Montauk Downs, and then Zach Grossman, the legend himself. We're going to be doing a little whack stickery over down at South Fork. We're going to be tooting some fun over there with some good golf. Let me tell you, some good golf.
That's gross. man.
See what you did there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so South Fork's going to be great. Got a little Montauk Downs, maybe hit a little Poxabog for the range, and then do a little lunch at the Fairway restaurant because, God, their chicken quesadillas are just out of this world. I know you have a chimichanga to compete with, but wait till
I've
you
got a
try.
chimichanga right now just listening to you ASM. This shit.
Wait till you try this chicken quesadilla, man. It's just the chicken's just charred perfect. It's just a good time. It's a good time.
That's
But anyway,
unreal.
yeah. So Brendan's coming out to visit next week. We're going to be doing some golf, and we got a couple rounds booked out. And that's really it. Gonna do some beach time with the fam, kind of hang out, do a little perusing, some shopping, little vacation tourist action. We're gonna show you all the touristy, vacationy things that people do here. Yeah.
Man, I can't wait. I can't wait to be shown around like a tourist, uh, like someone that's never been there before.
Yeah.
That's gonna be awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you.
We're gonna like spit in your clam chowder and we're gonna overcook your lobster roll.
It's gonna be my first time.
It's not. It's not.
Nah. We definitely need those experiences for the wifey for sure.
Yeah.
But dude, we got plenty of other golf to be talking about, dude.
Yeah, that's true. So I played today. Brendan played this week. We had some games going on in this realm. And not even to mention the machine himself. He doesn't like these nicknames apparently, but Brian Harmon with like the week of his life
Go
casually.
dogs.
Dude,
Go dogs.
talk about somebody lighting it up like a robot for 4 days straight.
Would he go 58 of 59 from 10 feet? I mean,
scary.
I think he gained like 11 strokes putting on the field or some
How
shit
do
like
you
that.
do that? Like they need to study that weekend forever.
Dude, I mean, I didn't call that. I mean, no one called that coming except for Brian Harmon himself probably, and he
Yeah,
didn't.
apparently Brian Harmon knew he was winning.
But I did mention last week that as long as you could just get on the green, everything was pretty puttable. And I mean, he's a very good putter already. He's very consistent. He's got a great stroke. He's accurate when he hits the ball, not just putting. But I think it all just kind of came together. He was able to just keep the ball in play. I think he only hit 2, maybe 3 bunkers the whole round.
Yep.
So he just kept the ball in play, super accurate, got it on the green, and then, just made putts. I think he only had 1 putt that was 30 feet, and there were like 27, 28 other players that had multiple putts longer than that. So, I mean, he was
He
just
just
playing.
dominated.
Yeah, dude, he was dialed
Dialed in, lights out, just crushed the field. And there was like moments of brilliance from other golfers too, where you were like, oh, Tommy Fleetwood's going on a streak. Oh, this guy, Minwoo Lee's going on a streak. Oh, Rory's coming back now. Oh, now you got this guy. Like there was all these players trying to throw their hat in the ring, and he was just like, no, dude, good luck. I'm ripping this.
Dude, I'm gonna make this a dogs episode right here. I mean, Straka came back. He's a dog. And Harmon was even said that, he quoted Kirby Smart as, when he had the lead, uh, don't be hunted, be the hunter. And that was his mindset, which is kind of cool. Bring it all back to Georgia, buddy.
Georgia.
Go dogs.
Go dogs.
Go dogs.
Go dogs. Brendan knows if I could be a Southerner from Georgia for one day, I could do it very well and very idiotically, very animated, and probably get beat up. But it would be a hell of a time.
100% you would.
100%. But it would be a hell of a time tailgating down there with the dogs, let me tell you. Go dogs.
Oh, yeah, man. You should do it. You should do it.
Yeah, you're coming with. You and your green hat.
You're coming with.
You and the green hat.
Snoop-a-loop.
What a classic. So Brian Harmon lights it up. He wins in unbelievable fashion. He's going down in the history books. He's going down like they're going to praise this round forever because it just was such a domination in such a difficult course with like difficult conditions, and the field was just crowded with talent. I mean, these are the ones that you walk away and people remember forever because they're majors. That's what it is.
Yeah. What's your feeling on that? Because like, I mean, I've seen a lot of hate, like feedback on the tournament because it wasn't a big name and it was, Brian Harman, just kind of relatively unknown. I mean,
Guy's owed
if
his
you watch
time.
golf,
He's
you know
owed
who
his
Brian
due.
Harman is, but like,
Right.
the average person that just turns on a major to watch it, they're probably like, this is boring.
Well, everybody wanted the storyline of what's his name, Michael or
Matthew Jordan.
Matthew Jordan. Thank you. I was gonna say Michael Jordan.
He played well.
Yeah, Matthew Jordan played a hell of a round. I think he finished 4 under or something, whatever, 5 under.
Yeah.
He finished great.
He birdied 18.
Yeah, he finished great. But and I know that's the story everybody wants. But dude, Brian Harmon's been a solid workhorse.
He outplayed everyone.
That guy's been putting in the rounds and consistently scoring low for
years,
2 years, 3 years now. So the fact that he has finally gotten his just desserts is pretty sweet, in my opinion, as a golf fan. And I'm not saying you were saying anything other, but I'm saying to the world of golf that thinks that, or like, oh, it's boring, or oh, he's not a no name.
Right.
You just don't watch enough golf because Brian Harmon's earned his keep. That guy has put in the work.
Dude, how long? I mean, it'll be a little different now.
And it wasn't a Pete Dye course. So
right. It'll be different now on like DraftKings and shit. Like he'll be more expensive, but
why they got to blow our good pick on DraftKings?
Exactly. I was gonna say he's always been that dude that you can plug in at a low cost. That's like is gonna make the cut and might make a run. Because since like 2019, I think he may have had like the most top 10s.
Yeah. Dude,
the dude was a machine. He just wasn't putting out W's,
And I think they're saying next up, like who's next up in the major bracket. And out of like the names and faces that were on that page, I was thinking in my head, like, it's got to either be Schauffele or I forget who the other guy was on there that didn't win. Zalatoris was on there.
Right.
So I was thinking in my head, like, man, one of those two guys has to win soon. Like, that's got to be coming. Fleetwood. Like, these guys, they're long overdue for something. So
for sure,
it was nice to see Brian Harman work for that,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it didn't come easy, but that's fucking golf.
Yeah. Speaking of not coming easy.
People. Yeah. That's true. I know that about you. Have you gotten that checked out, by the way?
Yeah, I got that check. Yeah, I got that. We got a new doctor. We got that figured out. Sweet. Yeah, I take 14 pills a day now, and it's just like bull,
Yeah, the 7 pills wasn't doing it for sure.
Yeah, I had to up it. But
like boo.
Speaking of difficult day, man, my day of golf today was brutal. I got smacked around, and I played with Gil, my buddy Gilberto, Gilly Grapes, and Chef Petty. Played with Big Chef Petty today. Got out there. The homies, we got out there. We played a nice round at a course called Indian Island in Riverhead. And it is a state-owned golf course like Sag Harbor, but it's 18 holes, not 9. And it's right on the water. So it's like all in this beautiful inlet. And all these like high grasses and little cut bay water, like river trail going through. It's gorgeous.
Little like harbor townish,
basically, but not oceanside or bayside. But yeah, the wildlife, like I'm talking geese and duck on every hole. Like there was one hole on 18, we had to wait to chip because there was like a flock of 20 geese standing around on the 18th green, and we didn't want to like whack one of them with a ball, so we were like, okay, we'll wait.
They're aggressive and they come in hordes.
Oh yeah, we had to wait a little while for them to get off, man. But anyway, beautiful course, and since it's state ran, if you have a green card, which is like the little registration thing for that, for the Parks Department of New York, if you buy one, it's good for 3 years, and I forget how much it costs, but then every round you play, you get like a big discount off. So the round is only $30 for a weekday 18, not twilight or anything. Just we played at 120. I mean, that's a great price, $30, and it's a good 18 hole course. Like it's got some length. It's not really short. It's got 3 par 5s. So, it's a solid course. It's got a lot going on. And I did par one of the par 5s. So that was my highlight of the entire day. Other than that, it was like the worst round ever. But yeah, other than that, par.
I mean, like, what makes it the worst round? Like, was it just
so many mistakes,
struggling to strike the ball? Was there something consistent happening?
it was where my game normally isn't bad was bad today. Like my drives weren't terrible. There was like 3 off the tee that I was like, whoa, never again. But other than that, out of those 3 really bad ones, there wasn't many like horrible drives. The drives were decent. It was my irons that surprised me today. And I think it was because I'm not used to playing somewhere where there's actual real rough grass, like real grass that's rough, not just like the dinky Muni course I play on that's 9 holes where everything is like patchy and sandy and like flat.
Soft.
Exactly. This was like real soft grass. Like you had to play
scratchy.
Yeah, like you have to actually put some muscle behind the ball to actually get it out of there. Not like a little dinky shot. You have to full swing all the time. You can't play old man golf out of this grass. So it was just that. It was a lot of chip or chunks, a lot of tops, a lot of blade, just like really bad golf mistakes and that I haven't made in a long time. So it felt like a weird round. It was just really bad score, not consistent at all. But I had like, obviously little flashes of good stuff, like good chips and good putts.
Right.
I made a nice long putt, like a nice 12 to 15-foot putt. That was great. But
sick.
And then Gil made a monster putt. It was for a 6, but he made a monster putt.
We talk about that.
We talk about it all the time, but it was a monster. It was the putt of the day, and Anthony whooped our asses today. He cleaned house. He won like 7 of the holes. So yeah, he dominated today. Me and Gil won like 1 apiece.
That's sick. That sounds like a good time though.
Yeah.
Was there like something off about your swing? I mean, you talked about like
it was a time thing today. I had a Zoom call later on in the day, so I had like a Zoom call that was already planned. So I like was thinking about that, so I couldn't like concentrate because we had to make this exact time, so I had to leave and do the Zoom call, and then I had some other issues going on. So it's just like a lot of, I guess, personal stuff kind of got in the way today of like me kind of zoning in.
You weren't golfing, is what you're saying.
I wasn't like on cloud 9 in the zone golfing my brains out. I was distracted, and it's what happens.
I always golf my brains out,
but it was beautiful. So it was still a nice day on the course. It was gorgeous, and like I said, this place is beautiful. It's like a screensaver everywhere you look. So.
Daddy.
Yeah, exactly. And then you went golfing. What did you do there, Brendan? You went out and golfed. Tell us about it there.
Yeah, B-Dug and we went out and played a little weekend session at Elks Run, man. It was beautiful. I was so hyped up for it too, because I had played there with Gilman like a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. And I saw that it was like coming around and like looking really good. And we were just getting a little bit of rain coming in for the first time in weeks. So I was like, damn, I knew it was going to be lush and looking really green and nice. So stoked to get out there, but I'm hitting on my mat the day before and my swing just felt like shit. Like it just didn't feel it, the last 3 or 4 rounds it's probably felt the best it ever has. I felt like I really found something. And I don't know, something triggered and it just felt a little off. I wasn't striking the ball well. Got to the range at Elks, same thing. I was just doing the same thing. I was like, fuck, okay. And then I peered a couple right before we were teed off. So I was like, all right, I think I might have found it again. Get to the first tee, and B-Dug and we get paired up with 2 random guys, which is totally cool. They ended up being super cool. But so I'm like, fuck, added pressure. Here we go. I'm already not feeling good about my swing. Now I got to watch, have these 2 dudes watch me while I just get fucked. And so I go hit my first ball, probably hit it like 120 yards, just, towed into the ground, down to the rough, barely trickles into the fairway. So I'm like, all right, breakfast ball, wipe that one clean. And then, dude, my trajectory is typically pretty low. Like I hit a lot of stingers. If there's one thing I consistently struggle with is like getting air under especially my drives. So breakfast ball, dude, I fucking nearly whiffed this thing. I take out my tee, the ball just clips off the top. It goes probably like 5 yards, forward and like 80 yards in the air. So I'm like, oh well, shit, man, it's gonna be a long fucking day. And I mean, It wasn't. It wasn't. It was a lot of ups, a lot of downs. Had such a fucking good time though. I mean, I hit some good shots and I hit some really, really
It looked
poor
like a pure
shots.
day out there at
It
Ellis.
was unbelievable, dude.
When the weather's nice like that, these Ohio
Magical.
courses just like open up like a
They
delicate
do. They
flower.
light up, dude. Oh my goodness. Yes, you're speaking poetry right now.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, it was awesome. And B Doug, he was out there. He struggled a bit too. I don't know. It's just one of those days neither one of us like had it. Even the good shots we hit and like looked good, they would hit the green and, in a almost perfect spot, like a yard off where it should have, and it bounces and now you're chipping
Well,
again.
what do you think the difference was with your like how you said your swing change? You felt your swing change. What do you think was that difference maker?
Yeah, I don't know. I think just a few too many like swing thoughts probably. Over complicating things. Like when I was in that good, 3, 4 rounds, like it was just kind of effortless in the sense that like when I would step up, like my hands just placement felt right and like my feet felt right. I felt like I was very confident, like my alignment where the ball was going. Right now I'm getting over the ball and I'm like, I don't know if my face is like aimed where it needs to be. Is it at the target or am I just right? Is that why the ball keeps going right in my line?
That's the hardest thing
And
about
like,
golf.
yeah, so
Overthinking.
yeah, 100%. And even when you find something, you hit that one shot that like doesn't feel good. And that just triggers it. You know what I mean? You could be in such a good rhythm. You hit that one shot that just wasn't perfect. And you're like, well, why did that happen? Let me change this slight thing.
Let me go
Boom.
tweak it,
There
and
it
then
is.
then the whole thing's
It's
ruined from
done.
square
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, you're down a rabbit's hole with like, I don't know, 13 more thoughts.
That yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's the unfortunate part too about playing with like a good golfer, because a good golfer has some things to say to you when they're golfing, which is good. I always love the advice. I always love tips from better golfers. If you golf better than me, I truly want to hear everything. Like people get scared or they don't want to say anything. Oh, I don't want to like tell this guy how to play golf because he golfs all the time. No, no, please do, because I suck and I need help. So like whatever you notice that I'm doing wrong about my game, please tell me, because I want to know, but I want to know and then I want to work on it. I don't want to try to work on it in that moment in that game.
right, right,
Like I
right. Yeah.
want to take your knowledge and suck it up and like steal it and write it down and then
It's
like
like, oh,
work on
that's a
that at
good
the
thought.
range.
Yeah.
But I don't want to like try to analyze it in that moment and then I'm like working on 5 different things.
Right, right.
There's things and tips that I've taken from over the years from smart players like Zach or whoever I'm playing with, and they've taught me things that I still to this day think about every time when I step up to the ball. Every time.
Right, right,
Like
right.
when I'm chipping, I automatically every time think, okay, the face has to be flat to the ground and I have to follow through. Like those are two things that must occur every single time, like clockwork, unless you're hitting a sandwich, of course, then it has to be a little more open. But like that's what I think about every time. And I always think like that. And now my chips are pretty good. Like they're pretty on. And then I'm thinking of that. I need things like that, tips for my other parts of my game now, like my irons, because they've fallen by the wayside. Now I need to get my irons back up to par like they were.
Yeah.
Because now my drives are decent. But then I learned a new tip, like, okay, keep your drive a little further outward. Don't try to swing upward on it because just the way your swing pattern is, you have to kind of work with it. So I'm like, okay, that's a thing I think about. And when I do it good and it works, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I don't want to overanalyze it while I'm in the middle of a round and I'm already mad that I suck.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, that just makes things worse, for sure. But yeah, I mean that's just kind of the change that occurred, and it's weird too because like I've hit I played that round, I've hit on the mat since then, and I keep falling into the same thing. But like even like say I hit on the mat for 10 minutes, I'll go like almost half the time, or even more than half, where I'm struggling to hit the ball. And then all of a sudden it clicks again for me. Like right before I'm done, I hit like 3, 4, like exactly how I want to. I'm like, well, fuck, why haven't I
Why
been
is it
doing that?
like this?
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's fucked.
it's fucked up.
But either way, that round was so much fun. Like the dudes we played with, they were pretty good golfers. they both came from like pretty far away too. Like some dude was from like northern Kentucky, and he met up with another guy that like drove from Indiana like an hour plus. Like, hell yeah, dude, guy, like come out and play Elks, man. It's a beautiful course. We got good bones here.
You forget that there's a
Uh,
lot of Indiana like people probably playing golf in Ohio, because
yeah,
really
dude,
it's not.
tri-state.
Well, and too, like, really, is there a lot of like famous golf in Indiana? I don't know. I haven't heard of too many like ripper golf
Uh,
courses.
Probably, man. I don't
Probably
know.
is, probably
There's a
everywhere, but
shit ton of golf out here, but it was sick. So the last 7 holes we ended up playing a little 2v2 match play. And that was a big mountain to climb because B Dug and I, neither one of us had our shit that day, and but we still, we tried, we went after it, but we got scraped, dude. They took us down easy. I think it was like 5 holes to one and one push. Like,
wow, yeah, they whooped you.
they definitely did. And but I mean, there's still some epic moments, like B Dug. I posted that video of him, 15th hole at Elks is one of the best scenic holes there are, in Cincinnati, and he drilled to 1 foot, like 150, 160 yard shot, something like that, and
It was a beauty.
yeah, that was a birdie, gave us the W on that hole. So that was that one hole that we won, and then another one we pushed. I Man, it was a little nervous one, but I knocked down like an 8, 9 foot, putt to push. So that was a nice little moment. But it's so fun playing match play, dude. I gotta do it more often.
It's the best. It's the best when you can get the right guys out there and pair them together well. It's a
Yeah,
fantastic like feeling when you're like going back and forth all the time. Now
yeah.
you're
There's like that competitive juice, it gets going.
Yeah. Now, when you're playing, do you feel more competitive when you're doing match play? Like, do you feel like you play better when there's stuff on the line? Like, I feel like I play better when it
Yeah.
gets more serious, and I can't play as well when there's like nothing on
100%. I
there.
mean, and even that round like kind of proves it a little bit. Not that I turned it on per se and like played lights out while we were playing those 7 holes, but I definitely I was hitting some better shots. And I mean, you know me, like, especially when it comes to like sports, I'm super competitive, and a lot of it is just with myself. Like I get super frustrated, but it's like
Right.
more of like an internal thing, and um I just want to be fucking great, dude. Um, but I definitely turned it on when there's something on the line. I just like, I'm like, okay, it's fucking game time right now. Like, let's go. And I tried to do that. I hit some better shots, but it just, neither one of us could hit the shot or make the putt. And yeah, the dudes that we played were they're super consistent. They hit really good shots.
Well, at least you're close, to the golf courses. Like, not like me where I have to
Yeah,
drive an entire hour just to suck and get my ass kicked. I have to drive an hour and 20 minutes through traffic,
right.
and then get smacked around for 4 hours and then get
Just
sent
get
back home with
Danzed
the
all
same
over the
hour and a half
place.
traffic. Yeah.
That is
That's what
brutal.
sucks about golf out here. There's four options and within a 40-mile radius. So like if you're either driving to Montauk, which is 45 minutes, you're either driving to Indian Island, which is another hour and something change, or you're going to Poxabog, which is a fucking doinky 9 hole, or Sag Harbor, which is a 9 hole that's like
Yeah,
no distance. So
it's better than nothing.
tough. Better than nothing, but we barely have something. So it's
True, true. They
like,
probably just assume everyone out there, which is not the case, just, is living in VR world already. So,
yeah, or that, or they just assume all of us have money because it's the zip code, and they're like, they'll get
that's
private
what I'm
courses.
saying. Like they're
Yeah,
just like, oh, they already have the, and they're
yeah,
playing VR golf.
they already
Speaking of
have it in their
which,
basement. They're good.
dude, I just came onto this like 2 days ago. This game is fucking
You
unreal.
came on something?
I did, and well, multiple things. Um, but to be honest, though, it happened. I did. So, anyways,
It's a
VR
big deal
world.
for Brendan if
Yeah,
you know Brendan.
yeah. It's tough, dude. I don't, and not 14 pills, big deal, but you um, no. So, what I was gonna say is, speaking of VR, I just came upon this. There we go again. 2 days ago. I've been playing a game I downloaded on my phone, WGT Golf, dude. This is unreal. There's multiple versions of it. I'm like, you can actually put money down if you wanted to, and like buy shit and like play it that way. I just do the free shit.
It's a phone app, like an app for your phone, or it's like VR headset shit?
No, phone app, and it is got awesome fucking graphics. You can play like all the best courses in the world. St. Andrews, Augusta, Marion, Oakmont, like,
So
you can go down
Brendan's
the line,
hooked on a
Pebble
golf
Beach.
app now. This is not
I
a paid
am.
advertisement. He's
No,
doing this
it's
for
not,
free.
dude. What I'm saying is I'm doing this for free because it's unbelievable. The
What is it
graphics are
called again?
sick. WGT Golf.
WGT Golf. This is not a paid advertisement. Brendan is in love with this app. Check it out. It's a golf
100%.
app. They should be giving us a coupon code for signups. This is bullshit.
You can play, as many holes as you want. You can do front 9, back 9, 18 holes of any of those courses, or you could go online and you can play like against other people that are just jumping on. You could do like one hole, 1v1s, multiplayers. You can do all that shit. But I'm telling you, man, I'm not a game person, and I'm pretty addicted right now. Great shitter game.
That's bad news for your wife that you're addicted to a video game.
She already knows. We were sitting on the
She
couch
already
last
knows.
night. We were sitting on the couch last night, and our internet went out, and I'm just sitting there playing. Like, she's like, I don't know what the fuck to do because I can't watch TV. And I'm just sitting on my game, just playing 18 holes at Pebble Beach. She jumped up and scared the cat at one point, and it threw me off right while I was hitting an approach shot. I was on like the 16th hole.
About to break the course record.
No, I was even par. I was trying to go low because I started off first 5 holes. I was 4 over. So I was like, fuck, climbing back. I got to even. I'm like, all right, I got a couple holes to get under now. Dude, she threw me off. I was like, God, I was like, damn it, babe.
You're
This
You're pissed at a virtual iPhone
now.
golf app. Not even like Tiger Woods PGA where you're like competitively ranking against other people or like doing things. You're just playing by yourself in solo mode like Oregon Trail, just blowing it, just getting your ass
Oregon Trail. Holy shit.
You've died
from influenza.
You've died of chimichanga.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna chimichanga again talking about this game, but no, I was like, no, I'm pretty certain. I said, babe, I'm playing Pebble Beach. Like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Jesus.
How often am I gonna be here? So
oh my God.
Speaking of which, dude. So we got Graders.
Yeah, I was gonna say before we go, shout out your milkshake for the crowd here. Graders.
Cincinnati since 1870. They do it crisp, they do it clean. It is like froyo on steroids because it's not froyo, it's ice cream. And I don't know if that makes sense.
No, that was a horrible advertisement for Graders. Graders is good ice cream. They take care of those cows.
There we go. Yeah, that's basically what I was trying to say.
They jerk those cows good to
better.
give you that.
Anyways, Graders, man.
Shout out to Graders.
Summertime.
Yep, shout out to Graders. It's not as good as UDF, in my opinion, because I'm a dirtbag and I like dirtbag things. So UDF is the way.
I like gas station and truck
stop. I like gas
station
cream. Stuff. Yeah, shout out to UDF. And I guess that concludes another episode of Good Lies Golf from Brendan and I. We've been at this. Yeah, and what flavor milkshake did you get for the crowd here before we leave?
That's what I was saying. It's summertime, baby. I want peach.
Peach ice milkshake. Cream milkshake. Okay, that's a very Brendan move. So
Georgia boy, go Dogs.
Go Dogs. On that
there
note,
we go.
Go Dogs.
All right, bro.
All right, Brendan. Cheers.